With the scores poised at 3-1 to the Rocket, it's the best of 11. It's time to welcome them back with match referee Brendan Moore, the Magician Shaun Murphy, and the Rocket's Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Shaun Murphy once said of Ronnie O'Sullivan, Ronnie is the standard, meaning the standard for others to aspire to.
Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
And Murphy certainly started pretty well tonight in the first couple of frames, particularly a majestic break of 123 in the second frame. But O'Sullivan has pulled away to a 3-1 lead through dominating the third and fourth frames.
Yeah, Shaun Murphy's got to do something pretty special, because it's very rare we see Ronnie O'Sullivan losing a lead in any type of match, in any length of frame match. As I was saying in the studio, Shaun Murphy's just making one or two mistakes more in the frames than Ronnie. He's going to cut them out.
10 wins to O'Sullivan, 3 to Murphy in their personal head-to-head. Hasn't left anything. O'Sullivan doesn't want to leave Murphy a shot at the red nearest the right corner. He moves that red.
He's in such a difficult position, Shaun Murphy. Does he go all out attack? There's a red to the right corner. Tough cue ball. Or does he try and keep it tight? Such a conundrum for him in this match tonight. A pretty good safety though.
Over the awkward, congested side. Brendan Moore is the referee. Used to drive a bus past the Crucible every day and ended up refereeing the World Final there. Almost tight on the ball cushion. Great long pot from O'Sullivan, who hasn't been very successful in that department earlier this evening.
Yeah, I think a great pot is almost an understatement. It was fabulous cueing. Forced into it, really. Didn't have a safety shot. And it's the last thing that Shaun Murphy wanted to see in this fifth frame. Ronnie.
6.
And amongst the balls early on.
7.
Lovely shot there, playing with an extreme amount of right hand side to make sure he got top side of the blue.
O'Sullivan's great mate, Damien
12.
Hirst, the artist. O'Sullivan has been intensely focused right from the off. He tends to ration his tournament appearances, restricts himself to the ones that he really wants to play in, that he really fancies.
20.
And he likes this tournament. Good crowd, great arena.
You could see as soon as he'd hit that, the disappointment, because he was playing for the blue. He's overscrewed it.
The cloth is extremely responsive and it caught O'Sullivan out there.
But that's an excellent recovery.
24.
Beautiful shot.
$25.
The shot he just played on the green. It's so easy to get into the cue ball too much, and you can bring the cue ball down to that ready played for. You end up with a really thin cut, but he just aims slightly below centre. Just a stun. Touch of right hand side. Lovely shot. You can almost see his mind working. How he's going to develop these reds into a frame winning chance. Stalking the table. They're not the best bunch to go into from the blue. As you see, they're pretty well spread open. Nothing pots, but
31.
they may have a red. The three above the black, the right hand side of those will pot to the right corner. It looks to me at first glance the only red that's available to play on. There you see it. There's not a lot of room to get on that red.
Played the cannon on the outside red to leave the one that
36.
Stephen was talking about.
Yeah, well, he's not on that one, but red below the pink goes to the right middle. One little cannon here. Also leave the pink to the opposite middle.
37.
Playing that, got one more red in the open.
$43.
He looks like, when these types of breaks, when it's all awkward, he looks to me like he enjoys these kind of breaks than the ones that are just straightforward. He's really got to push himself.
44.
These sorts of breaks are tests of his touch and control.
that original red. He's just looking to see that I mentioned 3 shots ago to the right corner. He's going to have to put this cue ball on a 5-pence piece to get on it. In the end, he chose to play the cannon, and it's not worked out. That's end of break.
51.
But a poor safety
Ronnie
shot
O'Sullivan,
at the end of the break.
51.
Yeah, this is a shocker. This is not something you would expect from Ronnie. Obviously didn't get the disappointment of the previous shot out of his mind, but at first glance he's been very fortunate. This red does go, but he hasn't got a full pocket to aim at. Good shot. Now this is a very important visit to the table for Shaun Murphy in the context of this match. Midfield definitely at 4-1 down, there's no way back.
But 3-2 and he's right back in it.
Six.
Shouldn't have too much trouble with 4 of the reds. But there are 2 awkward ones standing in the way of a winning clearance.
14. 50.
It's something that he usually does very well, actually, is make clearances from this sort of situation. 50-odd points behind. The 2 reds on the right cushion is obviously
22.
the problem.
$23.
Now this is a big shot. Needs an angle.
29.
I don't know whether he's got an angle to actually pot this red and maybe kiss the red that's closest to the middle pocket away from the cushion. Leave himself on the black, or possibly even the pink, but the last thing you want to do is cannon the red out, but leave the cue ball glued to that right cushion. So playing the angle and the colour. This looks pretty good.
30.
So screw the cue ball across. It'll be the one that's closest to Shaun here that he'll be trying to take out, and try to leave himself on the other red to the right corner.
Good attempt to develop another red.
36.
But it's got to be a safety.
Yeah, unusually for Shaun, he didn't get into the cue ball enough there. I think it might have been just a tricky angle in the pink. But he's right back in this frame.
Shaun Murphy,
Didn't
36.
intend the red to cannon the black, but no immediate harm done.
Well, he got very close. He did have a pretty straightforward safety shot there, so that was a risk. Is it a risk too far? Be very surprised if it didn't cross him this frame.
1.
It helps in that kind of situation if you're not carrying too much weight around the midriff. And Sullivan was able to keep away from fouling a ball underneath him. But he's so angry with himself for missing that red. He leads by 21, but that's far from decisive.
Well, Shaun won't need me to tell him that he needs to jump all over this chance now to pile more misery on his opponent, who already must be fuming in his chair for missing the red. Yeah, that's very well played. He looks to have a natural angle in the pink. To put it in the middle, go up for the yellow.
No apparent obstacle to winning clearance for Murphy.
Seven. Nine. $12.
If O'Sullivan had potted the last red, I'm pretty sure it would have been 4-1 by now. But I'll be astonished his lead isn't reduced to 3-2.
16.
With his contribution from Murphy. However, he's got the wrong side of the blue.
Well, Shaun, what have you done there? Okay, he's got the cue power to get around the table, but this should have been straightforward. Oh dear, where's the cue ball ended up?
21.
So he's put himself under pressure now. Okay, he's very strong with the rest. And there's big pressure on this shot, automatically on the black, so just concentrate in the pot.
Thank you. 27.
Made rather more of a meal of it than he might have done, but nevertheless Murphy clears up with 34 and reduces his deficit to 3-2.
Johnson's Trade Cleanable Mat, sponsors of evenings on ITV4.